social media, just Uber blowing up like crazy.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely love it. I'm
and
all for it.
I've seen a lot of advertising now for more cab companies. What is it, like pound 7945 or something like that?
Taxis,
right?
To make it
easier. It
seems
like taxis are trying to get back in the game somehow.
Yeah, by overcharging. I don't know. There's something about knowing exactly who's going to be driving you, getting a receipt on your phone as soon as you're done driving.
Yeah.
And knowing that if you do have a problem, you can go to a company and they're going to solve it. That makes sense to me. I don't know. Yeah. I know, unfortunately, it's maybe not the law, but laws change, you know? Oh, we met up with the ladies from Unshaven Mavens. I went to that, to the closing of that, and that was so much fun. I hope they find somebody to take it over for this year.
Yeah.
Unshaven Mavens.
Yeah?
Yeah. We did the election preview. So I think we got a number of our guesses right. We made a few errors.
Yeah, did we look back and see what
I think it was with Jonathan McLeod. It was a lot of fun. I think I did very well.
I still think next year what we're going to do, just me and you, is for some predictions. We'll do it as a football pool style.
With all of Canada?
No, just with everyone local.
Ottawa?
Yeah, we'll place our bets and we'll see who gets more right and whatnot.
Okay. Then we had the pleasure of hosting the book launch for Don and Jenn with Don and Jenn from foodiePrints. So that was our first live kind of book release where we did a live show plus a question and answer period. So that was something we never knew we'd think of doing. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Met up with Sean from Creative Vision. Awesome ideas for the city.
Oh, for sure. A lot of cool stuff.
Oh, then we met up with Karen Secourt at the Parkdale Food Center, which just moved. They're going to be launching, the grand opening is this Monday from 2 to 4 p.m. that I'll be going to.
Oh, is it?
Yep, and perfect. So that'll be a lot of fun. Great things going on at that food center. Please, more people listen to that episode. It has one of the lowest listens. That's great. Come on. After that, we did Chef Proul and Chef Stephen LaSalle. We did a kind of a recap of the gold medal plates.
Yeah.
So learning about that, and congratulations again to Absent.
How delicious duck testicles are.
Exactly.
In short.
And those awesome sandwiches. I could go back for another one of those. Yeah.
I know.
Chief Bordelot. So we spoke to him before it got a little out of hand with the... we did talk about the gang violence a little more, but it's getting a little out of hand in this city. So I hope 2015 is a year where... people can realize that you don't see that as much.
And whatever happened with all the hacking sites?
I don't know.
The Ottawa website and everything like that. I guess they figured it out.
I don't visit the Ottawa website.
No, me neither. Not very often.
I'm not checking it with OttawaPolice.ca. I hope it's gone. Then we got to meet up with the legend Mark Sutcliffe.
Mr.
Ottawa, Mark Sutcliffe. So he does everything in the city. So that's such a great interview. If you don't know a lot about him, it's a lot to do. So, and then we met up with Michael Allen from United Way Ottawa. So, talking about everything that United Way does to the city.
Again, low listens on that. It looks like most of our listeners here, all the important stuff, the United Way, the Parkdale Food Center. We got to get some more listens on those.
More people have to listen to this.
Yeah, all the stuff that helps our community and helps those less fortunate.
And our 100th episode was with Mark Monahan, so that was a great show, learning about Blues Fest and
learning more about Mark and how he got there.
We learned about that festival that was going to be in Toronto that they just announced a couple weeks after we learned about it. So that was some inside information we learned. That was great.
So this year, we got some good ones coming up.
Yeah, this year is going to be a lot of fun. So next week we have Mark Blevis, who is also a podcaster. He runs a digital public affairs podcast. So he's speaking to a lot of MPs, people that are using social media in means that 10 years ago were unheard of for maybe politicians, leaders at their respective workplaces. He co-authored a book called Touch, 5 Factors to Growing and Leading a Human Organization. I went to a speech last night with him. He was hosting the speech along with Mark Messier from the Ottawa Fire Department, so that was great to learn.
Mark Messier.
It wasn't the Mark Messier, but it was the Mark Messier of Ottawa. So that was really interesting. So let's run down some extra guests. We just confirmed that we will have Harley Finkelstein
from Shopify,
hopefully my boy Yeah, the other guy from Shopify, not Toby. But the other guy I used to play soccer with. Bruce Lazenby, we want to have on from the Invest Ottawa. Jason Lauren from Essence Catering. Tony Clement will be coming on the show, so that's going to be very interesting there. We have Sarah Griffin, she writes a magazine, the Be Healthy, Be Beautiful magazine, but she's also launching a wedding magazine very, very shortly, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'll be having to pick that one up, I guess.
There you go. You'll have to learn a lot from that one.
Yeah.
We'll be previewing Westfest this year, previewing Blues Fest. 2 breweries we want to hit up this year include Dominion Sitting Brewing. I've already talked to Josh about that. Ashton Brewing, because I love that beer.
Yeah, we'll try to hit up more of the breweries and more restaurants as they open up and pop up around town too.
Tweed marijuana plant, that should be interesting for sure.
Yeah, they took over the old Hershey factory in Smith Falls, and we'll see how that's going to work. It's one of the biggest manufacturers of legal marijuana in Canada. Maybe the States do. No, probably just Canada.
I have no idea. Guy Berube from La Petite Moore, the lads from Rideau Pines Farm, the Ottawa Food Bank, Shepherds of Good Hope. Joey Middick's going to be coming on because he's our sports rep commissioner for the city. And I know he has a lot of important things to say.
Yeah.
Domicile as a builder.
Nice.
Paul Dewar, Zed Filmworks. We're going to try to get.
Stacked.
We're going to be hosting a community chat with Jim Watson, and get a preview of the Women's World Cup, and hopefully Dylan Black as well from the radio station. So,
and if you guys want to hear anybody else or on our show, let us know.
Message us. Message us. So that's it for our preview and our review episode. That was really fast.
Yeah, we ripped through those.
Things going on this week before we get to the foodiePrints recap and preview. We got the Hooray Band, of course, on Friday night at the Black Sheep Inn. Hip Hop Karaoke.
Yeah.
On Saturday, it's the 9th annual Ottawa Health and Wellness Expo over at Schenkman Arts Center. An awesome band, Bahamas, is playing at the Bronson Center.
Yeah.
Soul Jam Orchestra.
Got to check that out.
What else?
Scarlett's Dinner Theater, 62 York Street. A Game of Bones going on Saturday night, 7 p.m. Something a little different. With that price, it also includes free admission to the dueling pianos after the show. So if you're looking for something a little different for your Saturday night fun.
And Tyler did get his 365 videos in 365 days.
Oh, he did?
Unbelievable.
Cool.
That's a feet. So lots of stuff going on this week. We're going to listen to one more song from Monday I Retired. This is Come See Bella. And then after foodiePrints, we're going to listen to the whole Closer To. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy foodiePrints. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week with Mark Blevis. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Sand runs to the seas far, shelter from me, angry beach, rain is swirling, umbrellas are twirling, saving painted, running faces, frenzied lonely, hands are holding, broken pieces from missing catches, things are falling and arms are calling to catch the memories before they hit the ground.
Thanks, Nick and Andrew. Happy New Year to you all. So after an unseasonably warm Christmas, 2015 is off to a frigid start. But of course, the weather isn't going to stop me from heading out for a great meal. But instead of doing my usual list of recommendations of food events or a restaurant review, I'm going to take a look back at the restaurant scene in 2014. And today, after a long hiatus, Don is here with me to help review the past year.
Hi.
So Don, how would you describe last year's restaurant scene?
Hard. Very, very, very hard. Economy wasn't great. Everyone's worried about their dollar and making dollars stretch a little further. So the restaurants had to fight for the hearts and minds of every patron that dined in their establishments.
Now, you and I had started putting together a list of all the restaurants that had opened, and after coming up with 25 names, we realized that we had barely begun to scratch the surface. So maybe instead of listing them all down, what were your top 3 favorites of new restaurants or food businesses that opened?
All right, well, the top 3, I'm going to start with the high-end one, the higher-end one, Bechta Dining and Wine. Stephen Bechta and Michael Moffat, they reopened the flagship restaurant now at the Grant House, which has been lovingly restored on Elgin Street, and it's no longer on the Nepean. In the kitchen is award-winning awarding chef de cuisine Katie Brown Ardington, and this restaurant is meant to be your special occasion restaurant. You go there to celebrate great things that happened or surviving a long work week. It is meant to go there and celebrate life, and they'll take good care of you. After that, I have to recommend Clover again. I love Clover. You love Clover. We've been there a bunch of times. It's a Bank Street restaurant. It's run by Chef Wes DeCastro, who's formerly of Kyle Pru Arizona Kitchen. It replaced Bowwitch. It's just there. I have to say that there's a trend for simple, good food, and that's what's exemplified at Clover. This past year, I really liked the fact that I went to Clover and I was able to try my first Filipino chicken adobo. It's just comfort food, unpretentious, minimalist, simple. The last restaurant that I have to mention, and I want to recommend, is Meat in the Middle, also on Bank Street. It's further down a bit. This place is opened by Jeremy McDonald and Bruce and Janet Robitaille. They replaced the Quiznos with this great little place that is food first, and it serves great sandwiches, something that Ottawa loves, I love, and it's not cold cuts. You got freshly in-house roasted Ontario turkey breast. You have Ottawa now has its own smoked meat. It's Alberta beef brisket that's slow smoked in-house, brined for 7 to 10 days, and everything tastes great. That said, how about you?
Well, before I give my top 3, I'm going to say that their smoked pork roast sandwich is to die for. I think I like it more than their smoked meat. But okay, anyways. So my top 3, first one I'm going to say is Bite Burger in the Byward Market. I think their burgers are great. And not just because their meat is freshly ground each day, but I have never had a dry patty there. It's always been flavorful and juicy. I think the portion size and the price is also quite reasonable. I too have also a big fan of Clover. It's become a very popular lunch spot for the nearby office workers, and I find that I have to go there now after 1 p.m. just so that I can get a seat. Dinner has always been very enjoyable. But my third pick, though, is a bit interesting because it's not a high-end restaurant and it's definitely not a place people would have on their radar. But last year, I found that a lot of new ethnic restaurants opened. And so at the moment, I am completely in love with the Supreme Kebab House on Iris Street beside Big Rig. There's authentic, comfort Afghan food, and it is absolutely fantastic. There's lots of meat choices, lots of vegetarian options. It's family friendly, and you know what? Best of all, it's easy on your wallet. I'm also loving Dumpling Bowl on Somerset Street in Chinatown. Their dumplings are made in-house daily, and you can have them served steamed or pan-fried. And it is also the city's first and only dedicated dumpling eatery.
All right, those sound great, but we also had a couple closures this year.
You're right. So it was, like you said, last year was a bit rough. And so the city said goodbye to quite a number of restaurants. I think the first one, though, that really shocked people was the closure of Domus in the Byward Market, which had closed back in the spring. John Taylor was a champion of featuring local and Canadian ingredients long before the concept of eating local became popular. His restaurant was considered one of the top in the city for almost 2 decades. But people can still enjoy his food. He has a restaurant called Genuine on Bank Street in Old Ottawa South, and it's still up